Have you ever wondered how plants can grow without soil? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most popular hydroponic methods out there, ebb and flow. It's also known as flood and drain, and that name tells you everything you need to know. Imagine a rhythm, a cycle. Water rises, then it recedes. Roots drink, then they breathe. That's the essence of ebb and flow. In this system, your plants sit in a grow tray filled with a material like clay pellets or rock wool. Below that tray is a reservoir filled with all the nutrients your plants need. At set times, a pump turns on and pushes that nutrient-rich water up into the grow tray, flooding it. The roots get a good, long drink. Then, the pump shuts off. Gravity takes over, and the water slowly drains back down into the reservoir. This cycle of flooding and draining repeats throughout the day, creating a perfect balance of moisture and oxygen. It's designed to mimic the natural process of rainfall in soil. Rain saturates the ground, the roots drink, and then, as the water drains away, air returns to the soil, letting the roots breathe. Ebb and flow just automates this natural rhythm with incredible precision. Let's break down the setup. It's actually quite simple. You have your reservoir holding the nutrient solution, a submersible pump inside it, and a timer to control the pump. Okay? The grow tray sits on top, connected by two fittings. One brings the water up, and the other acts as an overflow and drain, making sure the tray never gets too full. When the pump kicks in, water rises until it hits a set level, completely saturating the roots. Then, when the pump stops, the water drains back down, pulling fresh oxygen into the root zone. This oxygenation is key to developing strong, healthy roots and promoting vigorous plant growth. The choice of growing medium is important. You want something that provides support but also allows water to flow freely. Expanded clay pellets, often called hydrogen, are a classic choice. So are rock wool cubes, or even coarse gravel. Because the entire tray floods, every single plant gets an even distribution of nutrients. This is a huge advantage over systems that only deliver nutrients to specific spots. Every root gets exactly what it needs, every single time. So, how often do you flood the tray? That depends on your plants, their size, and your environment. Smaller seedlings might only need a few floods a day, while larger, thirsty plants might need more frequent cycles. A common schedule is to flood every 2 to 4 hours while the lights are on. At night, you can reduce the frequency. Since plants aren't as active, it's all about finding that perfect balance. Too much flooding, and you risk starving the roots of oxygen. Too little, and they can dry out. One of the best things about ebb and flow is its versatility. It works great for a huge range of crops. Leafy greens like lettuce and spinach absolutely thrive. Herbs grow incredibly fast. And you can even grow larger fruiting plants like tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers, as long as you give them some physical support. The system is also highly scalable. You could start with a small, single tray setup for a hobby. Or you can build out massive commercial flood tables that support hundreds of plants at once. And let's talk about efficiency. Because the pump only runs during the flood cycles, ebb and flow can be more energy efficient than methods that require a continuous water flow. It's also incredibly water-wise. The nutrient solution is meaning it drains back into the reservoir to be used again and again. This minimizes waste, which is a massive benefit, especially in areas where water is a precious resource. Of course, no system is perfect. You need a reliable power source. If the power goes out, your plants can miss a crucial watering cycle. However, the growing medium does retain some moisture. giving you a small buffer that other systems might not have. You also need to keep things clean. Regularly cleaning your reservoir and tray between crops prevents algae and pathogens from building up. And you want to make sure your grow tray is perfectly leveled to ensure even water distribution. Hey, managing your nutrients is pretty straightforward. You'll keep an eye on the pH level, aiming for a sweet spot between 5.5 and 6.5. You'll also monitor the nutrient strength using an electrical conductivity or EC meter. As your plants grow, they'll use up water and nutrients. So you will need to top off the reservoir and completely change out the solution every week or two to keep everything balanced. One of the most rewarding parts of using an ebb and flow system is just how visible your plant's progress becomes. The alternating cycle of saturation and oxygen exposure encourages the growth of thick, white, fibrous root systems. You can literally see the foundation of a healthy plant taking shape. Ultimately, ebb and flow represents a brilliant fusion of nature and technology. It takes the fundamental needs of a plant water nutrients, and Aaron delivers them on a precise, automated schedule. It's agriculture set to a timer. It respects the biological rhythm that plants have evolved with for millions of years. This steady pulse of water rising to nourish and then retreating to let the roots breathe creates a stable and predictable environment where plants can truly flourish. It's a system that teaches through its own motion. Flood, drain, observe, adjust. In that gentle repetition, life finds its rhythm and reaches for the light. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, give us a like and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the world of growing. See you next time.